Simone Biles being the GOAT forces new Olympic rules. Simone Biles is an American artist gymnast. With a combined total of 32 Olympic and World Championship medals, Biles is tied with Larissa Latina for the most decorated gymnast of all time. Biles' 7 Olympic medals also ties Shannon Miller for the most Olympic medals won by an American female gymnast. Biles is one of the best and most dominant gymnasts of all time. Hello friends, welcome back to our channel today. We are going to discuss Simone Biles being the GOAT forcing the new Olympic rules. But before we do that, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for new videos. Simone Biles was the most anticipated athlete coming into the Tokyo Olympics, expected to win multiple golds and creates all kinds of history. After the uncharacteristic qualification, based on Simone's standards anyway, although she found herself in first, she was not content. A few missteps here and there may seem like a small issue, but for Simone, who competes only against herself to be the best she can be, it wasn't good enough. Most consider it to be just one off day for Simone. They expected her to come back with their unusual prowess and high-flying gymnast. Only Simone knew that she was going through behind the curtain, but being the GOAT, the greatest of all time, she has been reason for the many changes in the Olympic rules. When the gymnastics competition began in Tokyo, it'll be unlike ever before. Not only will it include a team of women 18 and older in a sport known traditionally for pixie teens, but it'll also feature star gymnasts whose talents will later grace the stage at the US colleges, even if they still aspire and plan to shoot for future Olympic greatness or profit from their sport. 6 years ago, the reality was still far away. In July 2015, almost a year before the Rio de Janeiro Olympics, Biles, then 18, did something that seemed inevitable. In a news release, she announced that she would forego her scholarship to UCLA, turning professional and signing with an agent. She did so that she could take for pay competitive and promotional opportunities that would simply be unavailable for her if she was competing at the collegiate level. While I am grateful for the opportunity to compete collegiately, I feel that the chance to make my dream come true right now is in front of me, Biles said. In order for me to be the best gymnast I can possibly be, I want to be sure that I have necessary support and guidance in handling opportunity and demands outside of the gym. I know that there are no guarantees, but I am excited and determined to be a member of the Team USA at the 2016 Olympics. Biles' decision seemed like a foregone conclusion back then because women's gymnastics has long occupied a unique position among other popular Olympic sports in the United States and internationally. In other Olympic sports in the US, including track and swimming, many Olympians have honed their skills through their collegiate careers before continuing their success through professional careers in their 20s or even 30s. Like Olympic trial silver medalist marathon runner Sally Kipyegon, with opportunities to be compensated for their talents. But now, the Tokyo team won't have to make such a choice. The NCAA's NIL, name, image, likeness rules means that student athletes can now make sponsorship deals and paid appearances, including post-Olympic tours, without endangering their eligibility to compete at the collegiate level. The move follows years of backlash against the NCAA and universities, wherein organizations and schools made billions of dollars of profit, but players were barred from monetizing their talents. As a result, Chiles is able to capitalize on her team spot with merchandise embezzled within her family nickname Chick and her own clothing line. And Carey signed with the agency Smith & Saint. Lee retweeted the news with 4 exclamation points. Now, elite athletes are others in their orbit that can shift their mindset about college competition. No longer an opportunity devoid of professional opportunity, an Olympic berth brings. Previously, a college scholarship was seen as an alternate, less favored path for Olympic gymnasts. It was only in the absence of lucrative sponsorship deals that a full ride in exchange for an undergraduate education was more appealing. But even before the new NIL rules were introduced, that had started to change with the class of 2020, which included 2012 Olympic team champion Kyla Ross, 2016 Olympic team champion and uneven bar silver medalist Madison Cocaine, Tokyo individual competitor Skinner, and top Rio contender Maggie Nichols. When they arrived on their respective campuses in 2016, they restarted a wave of high-level athletes progressing to college careers after elite careers, which had lulled following increased participation in the early 2000s. Back then, 4 out of the 6 members from the Sydney 2000 competed in college, followed by 3 out of the 6 each from Athens in 2004 and Beijing in 2008, in comparison to the 1996 Magnificent 7, where none of the gymnasts who competed as teams in those Atlanta Games progressed to NCAA competition thanks to a paid tour and various appearances. Ross, Cocaine, Skinner, Nichols, and other subsequent commits who broke records, won national championships, and scored countless perfect 10s throughout their career with their universities, upped the competition, bringing an elite level difficulty. This is something that most of Tokyo team, Lee, Auburn University, McCollum, University of Utah, Chiles, UCLA, and Carey will do this fall when they commence their college careers, arguably some of the most decorated athletes to make the jump. However, without the previous work of Ross, Cocaine, Skinner, and Nichols, it's unlikely that the 2020 team would have made this decision despite the new remuneration rules. But with fewer spots available on an Olympic team, 7 in 1996 became 6 in 2000 to 2008 before falling to 5 and eventually to 4 in 2020, though 2024 will bring it back to 5, being a contender now demands strength on all 4 events. Add that to the fact that athletes competing for the Olympics are trained on the open-ended scoring system, which prizes consist of boundary-pushing difficulty over perfection. And it's clear that more than ever before, more gymnasts will be entering NCAA competition with the unprecedented skill level of difficulty and experience in the sport.